Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BowlTV. This is Matt Canizaro alongside Aaron Smith. We're ready for the stepladder finals of the 2016 ITRC Super Senior Classic, the International Training and Research Center. Our opening match here, Ron Holt from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. That's going to be a fun one. And Sam Carter from Ben Lamont, California. Our number 4 and 5 seeds. Carter, number 4, coming into the stepladder. Holt hanging on to the number 5 spot. Aaron Smith, welcome to our stepladder telecast here. You've been here all week long, 3 days of competition, so all the inside here at Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. Welcome and thank you for your continued hard work this week.
Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for finally getting here. Appreciate the backup support. But of course, a lot of big things happening in Reno at the Open Championships, and now we get to turn our attention to some of the top players, 50 and 60 over here at the here at Samstown for the next week or so. This is the Super Senior Classic, so all these competitors 60 and above, bowling like they're just kids. Sam Carter looking for the early double. Leaves at 3, 6, 9, 10. We're back on the fresh for the stepladder final, so they re-oiled during the break. Back on the 39-foot pattern that the competitors bowled on all week. Everyone got to practice on them for a little bit. Now, one game match to determine who will face Junichi Yajima in the next match.
Well, this 39-foot pattern, always a little bit tricky at first with the fresh back ends, and got pushed to the right and hooked to the middle. And the open frame there from Carter. And as we saw earlier in our cashers round, as the lanes transitioned and broke down a little bit, Ron Moore hitting 19 and 20. He's our top seed. Mentioned how much more 19 was hooking than 20. And we saw that one take off on Carter. So we'll see if that's still the case here in our stepladder. Again, Holt and Carter. 5 versus number 4 for the honor of taking on number 3 seed Yojima from Japan. So we'll have all the details on our finalists and their scores as we get into this stepladder. But again, we had the cashers round this morning as we whittled things down from 32 to the top 5. Ronald Holt earning the 5 seed at plus 353, a 217.63 average. Sam Carter, big finish with 237 to get to the 4th seed, or at least hang on there. 438 over 221.9 average. Yujima, Petraglia, and Moore in a battle all day long to see who would be number 1. Ron Moore has led each round so far this week and hanging on to the top seed just by a few pins over Petraglia. So Yujima coming up next, plus 486, followed by the left-hander Petraglia, and then Ron Moore, 1 win away here at the 2016 ITRC Super Senior Classic. $6,500 and a sweet trophy on the line here. A nice warm-up for many of these players for the upcoming Senior Masters. And you're watching it all unfold here live on BowlTV. Matt Canizaro, Aaron Smith. We're on behind lanes 19 and 20 at Samstown Bowling Center. Carter back on track there, but down 14 early after the open frame. The 3, 6, 9, 10 tough spare on lane 19. See if he can make the adjustment here. I believe he finished on this pair in the cashers round, and again re-oiled for the stepladder. These players bowled 16 games of qualifying over 2 days, cut the field from more than 125 down to the top 25%, 32 players. Back for 4 more games today. Total pinfall for 20 games, determining the top 5. That one, the light mixer. So I'm not sure if the first one was just a bad shot or the adjustment there as he gets the 5 to go late.
Cuts the deficit to just 4 pins now. We'll see if Ron Holt can bring it back to 14 here on lane 20. So our top 5 did not end up changing after 16 games of qualifying, with 4 in the cashier's round, but definitely a lot of excitement, as you mentioned, Matt, down the stretch. A lot of jockeying for position, as well as a few folks trying to make their way into the top 5. However, these 5 gentlemen held strong and got the job done. And now the long trek up the hill, if you will, in the Stepladder finals.
Tell all your friends and their friends and family, what better way to spend part of your Father's Day afternoon than here on BowlTV.
Some big shots there by Mr. Holt. Making it 3 in a row. All of our competitors here averaging more than 215 over the course of 20 games. So they know how to get to the 1-3, and in Mr. Petraglio's case, the 1-2. So the path is there. It's all about execution at this point, along with getting all 10 to cooperate. And again, high on lane 19 for Sam Carter.
Well, this is Sam's town, so I think Sam Carter with the advantage here in the Stepladder.
I see what you did there. Takes care of the 3-6-10 in frame number 6, but might need a little bit of help from Ron Holt. Holt working on 3 in a row. Looking to make it 4. Connects.
Holt finished the cashier's round with 181, struggled a little bit, but had enough of a cushion to hold off Don Blatchford and Dave Washburn, who also struggled in the final. So 20 games in the books, all for a chance to bowl in the Stepladder here, and Holt taking advantage of that opportunity.
Certainly so. The pinfall drops. Everyone back to 0. Anything can happen in one game. That shot left to target leaves a 6-pin crossing over, but a 26-pin advantage already in his hands. Switches to the spare ball, no problem. Sam Carter can cut the deficit to 16 with a double. Needs this one first. Good shot, leaves the 10. '20 had been his good lane. Gets to the pocket, but carry not on his side. It's time to see the adjustment here on 19. He's going to have to finish on this lane. It's gone high in the 2nd and 6th. Looks like a better shot, and still, oh goodness. I thought that looked pretty good until it got to the end of the pattern there. That thing trucked, staring down the big 4. He's going to take the 2 and finds himself in big trouble. 146 in the 8th frame. Can max out 206, so Ronald Holt just needs to fill some frames here.
Well, this pair so far playing consistently, it looks like, from earlier. And again, anytime you cross a house over so many days and kind of get an idea of how certain lanes are going to play for you. Ronald Holt having no trouble with 19 and 20 right now. But the rest of the players in the field, no doubt, taking notes as things unfold here. And Yajima coming up next, top player from Japan, will take on most likely Ronald Holt at this point. As our final 2 frames coming up. That left lane, the undoing for Mr. Carter. Pair opens. He will finish there as well. But Holt could have this one well in hand with a strike here and high flush. Gets the 4 to go.
That's pretty much going to do it for our opening match. That's we'll just need to knock a few pins over and we'll be all set. Sam Carter, a great effort this entire week. He's been around the top 5 pretty much from the get-go, so really hasn't faltered throughout the week, has been consistent.
Carter trying to just make something happen there for a strong finish at least. And either high or light on lane 19. His week will come to an end. He'll take home $2,500 for the 5th place finish. Ronald Holt is going to wrap things up in just a minute. He will advance to take on Junichi Yajima from Japan in our 2nd match.
Well-deserved round of applause for Mr. Sam Carter. Great week of bowling. He's going to finish 5th. Ronald Holt and Junichi Yajima coming up next here on BowlTV. Winner of that will have the opportunity to face USBC and PBA Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia. So that's going to do it. 226-185. Ronald Holt over Sam Carter. Junichi Yajima getting a few practice shots here on lanes at 19 and 20 before we kick off match number 2 of the Stepladder finals. He'll be taking on the number 5 seed, Ronald Holt, joining us from Maryland. He defeated Sam Carter 226 to 185 in the opening match here at the 2016 International Training and Research Center Super Senior Classic. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. We're at Sam's Town in Las Vegas, Nevada. Big thanks to Sam's Town for their continued support. Great events like this. Their staff has been phenomenal all week and helping us put on a top-notch event. And of course, we'll be back here for the USBC Senior Masters starting on Tuesday morning, bright and early, with the opening round of qualifying. The Senior Masters field includes more than 250 of the top players 50 and older, coming from not only all across the United States, but from across the world as well. Defending champion Amleto Monticelli, all the way from Venezuela, looking to make it 2 years in a row. So again, that will all be starting on Tuesday here on BowlTV, so be sure to keep our channel close to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, starting today's second match, Stepladder final. All the way from Japan, please welcome Junichi Yajima.
All right, match number 2 underway. Yajima, big shot on lane 19 to start. Here's the number 3 seed, taking on game 1 winner Ron Holt, 226, 185 over Sam Carter.
Make a note here, Matt. Out of all the games I've watched Junichi bowl this week, this is the first time I've seen him use this bowling ball. So he's been sticking with what we saw in the last few games of the Cashers round. It's pretty much all I've seen in his hands throughout the week. So we'll see how this change works. He brought it out early in practice in between our Cashers round and Stepladder finals. So we'll see if this gives him a little bit better look as he looks to win 3 matches.
Yajima certainly won his fair share of events, won 40 titles in Asia. And according to our research, a lack of senior events in Japan led Yajima to join the PBA 50 Tour in 2001, I believe. And he's been a regular competitor out there and has made regular trips to the United States to compete against the best in the PBA, and of course has welcomed them on his home turf at the Japan Cup for many decades. Here he is, 60 plus, throwing bombs here. At the Super Senior Classic. Two for 2, so we are all knotted up. Holt and Yajima.
Looking to make it 3 for 3 here. Match number 2. Great shot. Poor result, 9-pin. Junichi made a run at the top of the stepladder. Had led for a little bit early in round 2 before Ron Moore turn things around and got back to the top of the standings and got pretty close in the last 2 games. Fired a big 266 in game 2 of the Cashers round to close the distance within 20 pins.
So a little bit of excitement there too. The string of strikes. And
yep, 8 in a row.
Anytime somebody gets 7, 8, 9 in a row, always fun and exciting. And had a couple close calls this week, but as far as I recall, no 300s.
No 300s. We had a pair of 299s.
Here's Holt trying to get the first. He's perfect through 3 with the early advantage over Yajima. I want to say Holt snuck into the step ladder as he was in command of that 5th spot for most of today, but held off a couple competitors.
Certainly had to be a little nerve-wracking, and of course getting the opportunity to, with only 32 players, a pretty small gathering here, getting to keep tabs on everyone.
And he goes high, leaves the 310.
This looked pretty solid overall, though, here in the step ladders. 226 in the opener, defeating Sam Carter from California.
And that could have been more. Had an open frame in the 10th. I think we'd turned our attention already to match number 2 at that point. Not sure if it was a scouting mission on that final shot or just a miscue, but match already in hand, and now turning his own focus to this match with Yajima. And he gets it the hard way. Crowd goes wild here at Samstown Bowling Center. Very nice support. Great staff here at Samstown, and of course Las Vegas, a big bowling town, so a lot of bowling fans around turning out this week, and many of the competitors for the Senior Masters already in town, perhaps getting a feel for the atmosphere here at Samstown. Here's Yajima. Cannot get the 10 to go. So we've got ourselves a 10-pin match here after 4 frames.
For Yajima, he's probably going to be our player furthest to the right on the lanes throughout the duration. Of course, Johnny Petraglia, left-handed. Ron Moore has been consistently further left. So for Junichi, we'll see if that's an advantage or a disadvantage throughout. So probably not too many folks getting into what he's doing in the front part of the lane, but how it's reacting towards the end, whole different ball game. Great shot, 5th frame. Taking care of business. Was not going to leave a 9-pin on that one. Holt, great bounce back shot after leaving the 310 in the 4th. Still holds on to that 10-pin lead.
All right, halfway point of match number 2. Jima and Holt, 10 pins. Big shot here for Holt. Went high on this lane last time, 310 to end his string of 3 consecutive strikes. Started last match with 5 out of the first 6. Goes high again. That's a mess.
3, 4, 6, 7.
So far, Mr. Smith, the scouting report we got earlier from Ron Moore holding true. Lane 19 sparking a little bit. So whoever can figure out that lane, that could be the difference in this stepladder. Will it be Ron Moore? He's your top seed. One win away from $6,500. The open frame for Holt gives Ujima a chance here.
Essentially moves into the lead with a mark, but can build some cushion if he's able to find a double left at 10 pin back in the 4th.
Big double opportunity here for Ujima. He delivers.
Comes in light and tosses him around.
He's got some friends here at Samstown and provided some information so the family at home in Japan can tune in. You're watching live coverage of the ITRC Super Senior Classic here on BowlTV.
Push the lead to 24 with another strike. Almost comes in a bit high himself, but gets the hit. Gets the 3-bagger.
We recently saw live on CBS Sports Network the USBC Queens title heading back to Asia. Bernice Lim from Singapore taking home that title. International players this year having a lot of success on the ladies side. And now Kate Ujima finds similar success here at the Super Senior Classic as Holt leaves the 10 pin. And he's going to fall farther behind here with just a few frames left. Hopefully Greg Moore building a few extra dollars into the budget for international shipping for these trophies.
Let's see the bounce back shot here for Mr. Holt. 3, 4, 6, 7 last time on this lane. Much better result there. Delivers an 8th. Once again, he's going to have to finish on that match, so we'll see if that's a continuing trend. Seeing if the higher seed will force his competitor to finish on 19. For Holt, he can still get into the 230s this game with 4 more strikes, so certainly not done yet. But might be running out of time soon with shots like that from Junichi Ujima.
Four-bagger and commanding lead here. Still can get to 268. Best Ron Holt can do, 234. Ujima can put it out of reach here in the 9th frame.
Runs high on 19. Haven't said that very often. Oh wait, yes we have. 4-pin.
So sets up the possibility of an interesting finish here, Mr. Smith.
Absolutely, Ron Holt will have the opportunity to step up in the 9th and 10th and put a lot of pressure on Ujima. Takes care of the spare max score for Junichi. 247 for Holt, 234.
Well, if Holt can triple up here, he'll force Ujima to get at least good count on his first shot and a mark in the 10th. Big shot here for Holt.
Motors back. Great shot.
Now, challenging lane 19. You've got to have a double here to at least have a chance in this match. You can get to 234. Again, that would force Ujima to get good count and a spare at least.
First shot of the 10th. Is it going to hold line? Runs high. 3-6-10. Can still get to 211 with the conversion. So Ujima would only need 3 pins essentially on his first shot to wrap things up here. And it's officially over now. 199. Junichi Ujima is going to advance to take on the Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia, coming up next here on BowlTV. Fantastic week for Mr. Holt, just like Sam Carter, has been around the top 5 all week, so awesome performance for him, making his presence felt out here in Las Vegas on the lanes at Samstown. So great week for Ron. But much like Sam Carter, lane 19 ended up being his downfall. Final score, 236-199. Junichi Ujima recording the victory over Ron Holt. Petraglia coming up next here on BowlTV. We'll see what the USBC and PBA Hall of Famer has in store for us. Top seed Ron Moore will be awaiting in the finals here at the 2016 Super Senior Classic. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. After a few practice shots, we'll be ready for the semifinal match here on BowlTV. Thanks again for tuning in. 2 matches to go before we crown a champion live on BowlTV. Thanks again for stopping by. We'll be right back. semifinal match just about to get underway here at the 2016 ITRC Super Senior Classic. Kicked off with a resounding strike from Johnny Petraglia.
Speaking of classic, Petraglia slapping the 7. Timeless. Makes all left-handers jealous to be that smooth. PBA champion in 6 decades, I believe, Petraglia. She keeps on winning. Jima answers.
Says, not so fast, Johnny. Definitely cool, calm, and collected out here on the lanes at Samstown all week for Ujima. No problems on 19 here in the early going. Delivers a double. Petraglia choosing to have Ujima finish on lane 19. Johnny on the left side has it all to himself. Always a showman out there. Taking care of business to match. Petraglia nearly ran down tournament leader Ron Moore in the Cashers round. An opportunity to put a lot of pressure on him heading into the final shots. Ended up 13 pins short of Moore's total for 20 games. All that is long gone now. Just 1-game matches to determine our champion. Moore awaiting his opportunity to hit lanes 19 and 20. Three-bagger to start for Junichi. So you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Junichi, well, I've been told 71 years young. Has a classic style that is just makes it look so easy. Little pep in his step there too. Runs it out a little bit, 4 in a row. Ron Moore staying loose over on lanes 29 and 30. Practice pair open. Petraglia doesn't necessarily stick the landing, but gets all 10 to cooperate. Gets the late hit of the 7. Thought about standing. It knew better. Petraglia, a 4 out of 5, but down early against Yajima. Looking for 5 in a row. Never a doubt. Gina looking for 6 in a row. Gets it to push. Halfway home. Petraglia gets that one to come back from way downtown. 5 out of 6. But just cannot make up any ground just yet.
All right, numbers climbing here on BowlTV. If you're just tuning in, you're just in time for a great match here between Japan's Yajima and the Hall of Famer, the left-hander Johnny Petraglia. Yajima perfect through 6. Aaron Smith taking notes. Petraglia hanging in there though. 6 out of 7 for him. Our high-scoring semifinal match.
He does know a thing or two about some high-scoring matches, and when it gets down to the nitty-gritty like this.
I think he was trying to steer that one. Brooklyn, about halfway down the lane, knew it wasn't going to hit the 1-3 pocket.
Yeah, definitely just from sitting right behind, the projection off his hand was a little bit further left than the other shots we've seen on that lane, so was going to need a lot of help to get all 10 to fall.
I say not only does that end the run at perfection, but the count on that shot gives Petraglia the upper hand here. Both players are clearly lined up. Nice spare there for Yajima. Should they both close this out? Petraglia will win by a stick. Drama here live on BowlTV.
Eighth frame Yajima. Unfazed by lane 19. Bounces back. Can Petraglia add 2 more here to keep the pressure on and maintain the lead.
Johnny with the left side all to himself here in the stepladder zone. Looks like he likes what he's seeing. Condition-wise, gets the 8-pin to go late.
It's definitely creating some high angle into the pocket here, getting around that and getting some angle down lane.
Tell your friends there's still time. Big finish here coming up in our semifinal match. ITRC Super Senior Classic. Johnny Petraglia. One more. So the pressure now on Yajima. He's going to finish this match first. He can get to the 270s, 278 max. That would force Petraglia to get all three in the 10th to win by a stick, but that's still a few shots away. This one crucial for Yajima. Right lane went high last time. His only whoops of the match. 310. Picked it up though.
Looks better off his hand.
Just got that one to push a little bit to the right and cut the last one short. And obviously that's the difference here on this challenging 39-foot pattern this week. Definitely a little bit of room, but you got to make good shots.
Ron Moore watching over there. I wonder what's going through his head right now, thinking, am I going to get the guy who's going to shoot 270, or am I going to get the guy who shoots 270? Goodness gracious. What a semifinal match here.
Well, these three players were on all week long, battling for the lead. Each one putting up some big games. And now doing the same here when it counts the most. Yajima, big 10th. Great shot, rings the 10. 257 max score.
So Petraglia can lock it up with a strike on his first shot. But we'll need at least 8 on his first shot, assuming Yajima converts and strikes.
Johnny gets...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, there it is.
.245, miscue in the 10th. Johnny still needs good count here to shut out, but the mark no longer necessary. That could be trouble, goodness.
Holy moly, what a 10th frame here. What a turn of events.
Now needs to convert.
Yajima was already taking his wrist tape off. He was ready to go home.
Johnny needs all 6 of them. What a turn of events here, holy cow. 245 to 239.
Match in hand, and Petraglia through the middle for the 4 count.
Wowza. What a turn of events here on BowlTV, semifinal match. I think this whole place is just kind of looking around at each other, wondering
what just happened,
what
Mr.
just
Smith?
happened.
Stunning, stunning 10th frame. Yajima was halfway back to his hotel room. Hall of Famer needing just a count.
So now for Junichi Yajima, he's got to
First, he's got to tape his hand back up.
got to get back into the full bowling attire, if you will. But yes, it's just completed the full range of emotions from I need to strike out to force Johnny Petraglia to do the same, to I need to convert this to force him to get the first one or good count, to I can't believe I missed that. And then, holy smokes, I'm still alive. One more game to go.
It's live TV, ladies and gentlemen. BowlTV, it still counts.
For Junichi, he still has to think about this, and like I said, definitely got to reset more than anything else, and know that you have a brand new game coming up, but he just shot 245, could have been 270s. So the looks there, just a matter of getting that last 5 minutes kind of out of memory, as tough as that's going to be. And getting back to the task at hand, he's knows how to get to the 1-3, knows how to carry here.
In our final match here of the 2016 ITRC Super Senior Classic, please welcome Mr. Ron Moore from right here in North Las Vegas, Nevada.
Dwayne Hagan introducing
Leading off the match will be Mr. Gigi.
Dwayne Hagan announcing our tournament leader, Ron Moore. Junichi will lead things off here, so. Title match underway here at the 2016 ITRC Super Senior Classic. 4-pin stands for our number 3 seed, Junichi Yajima. Spare to kick things off in the title match. So our first look here at the stepladder, or in the stepladder. Top seed averaged more than 228 for his 20 games. Mr. Ron Moore, past Team USA member, 8-time PBA 50 titleist, 2-time Player of the Year on the senior tour. To add one more. Comes in a little bit light, leaves the shaker 7. Once again, attacking the lanes at a much different angle than Yajima. Much further left, that's kind of where Ron's been all week. Paris spares to start our title match.
Ron Moore coming off a 4th place finish. The PBA 50 Northern California Classic presented by Motive. That event won by Noel Vasquez. Pete Weber was headed for 5 consecutive PBA titles and came up short in the title match. Vasquez winning his first. We'll likely see both of those gentlemen this week coming up at the Senior Masters. But now Ron Moore taking advantage of being 60 years old, coming in here as the youngster. leading qualifying, leading the cashers round here at the ITRC Super Senior Classic. And now one win away from $6,500 and a sweet looking trophy. Trying to stand in his way. Yajima from Japan got new life here after a miscue by the Hall of Famer Johnny Petraglia. Looking to become the first international player to win the ITRC Super Senior Classic. Nice break there as he goes high and trips everything to even this match after 2 frames.
Takes advantage of the nice hit in the second, turns it into a double in the third. That one makes it back a long ways. Moore nearly runs it out off of camera. So all knotted up after 3. Good shot, rings the 10. Clean through 4 for Ron Moore. So Ron, the first to blink, if you will, in this title match, and we'll see if Yajima can take advantage. Still have a 21 pin lead here. Messenger gets over there, doesn't connect with the 10. So with the spare, once again, back to even. Takes care of it, gives it a little extra look after to that 10 pin in the last match. Our competitors trading shots here. Dead even through 4. Gets the kick of the 10. Junichi Yajima halfway through the title tilt. Moore looking to stay even. Asks for it to carry, gets it.
Aaron Smith getting fired up here in the championship match. We're halfway through. We are even. That is good TV right there.
Sure, this is quickly turning into an instant classic here on BowlTV.
If you missed any of our last match, definitely watch that in the archives. Holy moly. Johnny Petraglia, 4 count in the 10th to lose 245, 239. Now this one's shaping up for another big finish.
Another 10-pin on lane 19.
All day, that left lane hooking more than the right lane, so Mark giving that one a little room, just didn't quite make it back. Spare no problem, but Ujima, an opportunity to take the lead here. Big shot coming up on lane 20.
Definitely gonna have a chance to get back, and another 10-pin. This guy's almost bowling the exact same game up to this point.
Nobody able to take control here. They're even through 6. Staying around the pocket, staying clean. Potentially next double wins.
Neither of them have struck on the lane that they're going to finish on either in the past two times they've stepped up on there. Ujima has been unfazed by lane 19. Split in the 8-9. Ron Moore will look to match in the 7th.
Moore with the light hit. No, it definitely looks right off his hand, but gets back just enough.
All right. Off screen, trying something different, retying his shoe here before.
That is my key to success as well.
The 8th frame.
A nervous shoe tire. See if it pays off here. Even through 7. Double here. Or potentially the advantage. Ujima also working on a strike.
Ron Moore, 8th frame.
There it is.
Shows the
Terrific shot.
emotion. Great shot.
Double's hard to come by. He knows that was huge. Of course, a little bit of emotion from Ron, and no doubt Ujima taking notice of that. Pressure is on. Almost gotta have it. Running out of room. They've been shot for shot.
To keep things even, 8th frame.
Terrific shots. We are even again. And tournament staff, Greg Moore, coming over, handing us the instructions just in case stepladder finals. If a tie exists at the end of any stepladder match, a one-ball shootout will be bowled. Higher seed will get the choice of starting lane and bowling order. If a tie exists after the first ball, the bowlers will switch lanes. The bowler on the left lane will bowl first. Still a couple frames away from that possibility, but dead even through 8 frames. Both players working on doubles.
To put the pressure on. This has been as good lane. Gets it.
For the stubborn 8-pin. Nay. Pressure shifts. Ron Moore, 8-time PBA 50 titleist. Thrown a big shots before. He cannot lock out Ujima. He throws the next 4. 249. Ujima can tie.
First things first. 9th frame. Needs it to stay even. Great shot and sends the 6 around the 10.
Runs off camera, almost takes out the table with the trophy on it as well. Quickly back on the approach, spare ball in hand.
Takes care of the spare. His max score now 228. So certainly not done with that. All 3 would force Ujima to strike on the first shot.
High flush, Ron Moore. Big shot there. 228, possibility. Shaking his head, not sure why. That was a great shot. If he's not thinking back to the 9th frame, nothing you can do about that.
It's true, gotta put behind you, can reflect on that
Threw it the best he could. And
a little bit later, not now. Big shot here, and another 10-pin.
controversy here. The scoreboard marked a foul for Ron Moore. Dorian Hagen's going to come over and check things out. Obviously not the result he was looking for already with the 10 pin. Dwayne's going to okay it. Give him 9. Reset the 10 pin.
I think if anything, it might have been. Don't think it was anything before the shot, perhaps the reaction afterwards, but
Potentially big implications here. Make sure we get this call right.
leaving the 10 pin the old-fashioned way there. Clearing a few things off, and the 10 pin too. So that did not go as planned. Getting back to the match at hand, though. Ujima now will just need a mark. All right, and always a flair for the dramatics here on BowlTV. Ron joking with Junichi off screen here, saying they're trying to ice him here. There we go. It's all right. Everyone working together.
All right.
So with the conversion at 218, Ujima needs a mark.
Ron Moore both great all week. The carry not in his favor here in the title match. 218, his final score. Aaron Smith set the stage for you already. You're even after 8. Ron Moore, 9 spare strike, 9 spare in the 10th. Ujima working on 3 in a row.
Can seal it up with a strike here. First shot of the 10th. Gonna have a chance, and there's your winner. Junichi Ujima, 71 years young, capturing the Super Senior Classic title here at Sam's Town in Las Vegas. If you would have talked to him in the 10th frame of last game, he would not imagine being here right now, but now he is the champion. Victory lap time. What a performance all week. Now he's going to get to take home the trophy and $6,500 top prize. Final shot, 248 to 218. A well-deserved round of applause. Great week for Ron Moore. We'll have our trophy presentation coming up next here on BowlTV.
All right, what a day for Junichi Ujima of Japan. Earns new life in the semifinals. Misses a 10 pin in the 10th frame. Thought he was done, getting ready to go. The Hall of Famer Gianni Petraglia steps up. 4 counts in the 10th. Ujima.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of
Ujima gets new life. Goes on to face top seed Ron Moore in the title match. Wins 248-218. Here's the trophy presentation.
For the ITRC Super Senior Classic champion, Mr. Mike Kaufman, Director of Bowling Operations for Boyd Gaming.
Congratulations. On behalf of the staff and management here at Sandtown, it's my pleasure to present you with this trophy, commemorate a great week of bowling here. Congratulations.
I know that you kept threatening to make it to the very top of the standings and then get bumped back a little bit and make it back there, but certainly you were the most consistent bowler all week long, wouldn't you say?
He said he's just having a dream like that.
Well, that's great. You came a long way to have it. Congratulations, sir.
All right, trophy presentation complete. Aaron Smith taking photos here. Junichi Yajima from Japan, first international player to win the ITRC Super Senior Classic in dramatic fashion. If you missed it, definitely check it out in the archives. We'll have a recap for you coming up next on bowl.com. We appreciate everybody tuning in today. First for the cashers round, and then the exciting Stepladder finals of this week's event. The International Training and Research Center Super Senior Classic. First year was 2013. Now here we are in 2016 with your winner from Japan. We'll have the USBC Senior Masters coming up this week starting Tuesday. You can check out bowl.com/livestream for the schedule. We'll be here wire to wire for that. Matt Kinizar and Aaron Smith qualifying 5 games a day for 3 days. Then the top 63 competitors will join defending champion Ambletto Monticelli in the double elimination match play bracket. We'll have all that for you live from Sam's Town here in Las Vegas. We do appreciate everybody tuning in again. Check things out on bowl.com later tonight. Final scores, everything available from this year's ITRC Super Senior Classic. One more time, Junichi Yajima from Japan, your champion, 248-218 over Ron Moore, the top qualifier. That's going to do it from Sam's Town for today. For Aaron Smith, this is Matt Canizaro. That's the news for now, folks. We'll see you on the lanes.